Welcome, race fans. Tonight, SRA Gen 6 Series, sponsored by Josh Robin, J Robin 3. Look them up on YouTube, and they will be doing 150 laps here at Dover. This is going to be a very interesting race here. I've got a special guest in the booth tonight, Brett Poncari. How you doing, Brett?
Doing fine once again. We're getting ready for 150 laps round. Miles the monster they call right here at Dover, and it's definitely one tough track to tame.
Oh man, I'm telling you what, this track is, it can be great. It's fun to race, and I love to race this track. It just takes a lot of concentration, especially on the exits of them turns. Boy, I'll tell you what, you got to be right in the groove. If you get a little too high or a little too low, you catch that little hump that comes up onto the straightaway. It unloads that car, and man, you're into the wall, and then you immediately kicks you right to the inside wall. If there's traffic there, you're going to collect them, and there's no place to go. There's no place to get away from that. You're kind of blocked in on the straightaways there, a wall on the outside and a wall on the inside. So any damage that you get, you're probably going to take somebody along with you.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the exits of Turn 2 and Turn 4 are the really key points around this track. Turn 2, you're coming over a little bit of a hump, and it tends a tendency to spin the rear tires, and the car will want to get real loose out of that corner. And also, line is also a key factor as well. At that corner, you want to be sliding up too much out of the corner. Turn 4 is not as bad as Turn 2, but it's a tendency to have the rear end to get loose out there as well. And like you said, a lot of the wrecks will come off the outside wall, and they'll slide down. It's a really tough place to avoid the crashes.
Yes, sir. Pit road speed. A freaking slow pit road speed. I believe it's 35 miles an hour. So coming from
35.
Yeah, coming from these cars doing, like 150, 160 mile an hour and having to slow down to 35 to come to pit road, it is just agonizing to come down that pit road speed. But everybody's got to do it. We're probably going to be looking at 2 or 3 pit stops here. Well, probably at least 3. Green flag pit stops if it stays green. Now, I'm sure, no doubt, we're going to have cautions here tonight. Last night's race was an amazing race there in the Xfinity Series. If you haven't seen that yet, folks, you need to go back and watch that. It was great. They had a couple of green flag runs in there that was just totally awesome. So, well, anyhow, Brett, do you have the points you could run down through for us?
Yeah, we do. In the top 10 right now, Femi Olat is the point leader by 15 over Tyler Ducharme. Then it's a tie for third between the defending series champion Derek Bordeaux and Nick Northrup, both 20 points back. David Shutt and Bobby Chainer then tied for fifth place, 23 points back. Then it's Ari Adi in seventh, 24 points back. Nicholas Carresso, 26 points back. The man who has been on an absolute terror across both series, Nicholas Shelton, is ninth right now, 31 points off the lead. And Lachlan McMillan is in 10th place, 33 off the lead. And also, another thing that SRA is also trying this season is a team competition. Drivers have been drafted to 7 different teams, and they're just doing an experimental phase of this season. And basically, they take the best points from the Xfinity Series or the Cup Series. And right now, in that point standings, Heavy Hitter Motorsports has the lead by 435, Ripidart Racing at 431, GMHR 423, The Grinch at 343, East Coast Outlaw Racing at 324, Early Series points leader, Psychosphere Motors has plummeted to 6th, 321 points back, and the part-timers are 7th and 163.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that, man. That's a lot of information for our viewers to tune in every week and watch. And that with that new team thing, that is pretty interesting. So it's going to be an interesting season here. They've never tried this, have they?
No, they have not.
All right. Okay, folks, that's going to wrap up practice. We're going to move to qualifying, but first we're going to step away and play our national anthem, and we will be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, Please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back here. Qualifying is underway. Open qualifying here, 10-minute round. Looks like right now Nicholas Shelton, no surprise there, coming in on the top spot. I'll tell you what, it's been an interesting season so far this year, Brett, with Nicholas Shelton running the Xfinity Series and the Gen 6 Series and pulling out a lot of wins in both. This is really, it's kind of like another Marcus Richardson, dominating every season.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I mean, I think a lot of people coming into this season were expecting a wide open affair, especially with, guys like Bobby Zielinski running part-time, Marcus, I think, also running part-time as well, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But Nicholas Shelton has basically grabbed the reins, basically, and he has flat out walked away from everyone this season. He already has, I think, 4 wins combined in both series, and he's just been on an absolute tear. I mean, once the drop comes into effect, it's going to be interesting seeing how big a point lead he could have if he keeps this up. And right now, he's still dominating over a tenth quicker than Alan Elwood, who's second with a 22.253 compared to Shelton's 22.135.
Look at that time Bobby Chaney laid down. Wow. I think there's been some practicing going on there. I do know that he does like this track. I mean, I don't know what there isn't to like about this track. It is an awesome track. It's technical in a way, and it's all about the driver, how well he can handle his car on this track. And it's a good track. So I think this kind of falls into Bobby Chaney's wheelhouse right here.
Yes, yeah, it does actually helps Chaney a lot. Now, I was out there on the track earlier, and actually the way the conditions are is going to provide actually some grip out here today, because normally this is a slick racetrack, especially with the sun being out, but with the temperature only being 65 degrees today, track temperature of 89, I think we're going to see a lot more wheeling in these cars, and that means that the right fronts are going to get worn out a bit more, and there's a lot more tighter cars, so I'm expecting pit road to be pretty busy, and fuel mileage will not be that much of a factor at this point.
Right. Well, I wanted to see if I could get Josh down here real quick. I see he's finally in TeamSpeak. Let's see if we can talk to him. Josh, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Josh, are you racing tonight?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, are you going to be broadcasting on your channel?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay, because I've been kind of promoting your channel here because you're sponsoring this series, so...
Right. Yeah, I don't broadcast them.
Well, I'm going to... I probably maybe speaking a little out of turn here, but I'm going to, thank you, I guess, from SRA for sponsoring this season. This is pretty cool. I know Ariotti sponsored last season, and that was pretty cool. So you stepping up to the plate and doing that, I think that's really awesome. That that you guys are working so tight like that. That some of the members here at SRA are stepping up and sponsoring the season. I think that's pretty cool.
Right, yeah. I mean, they didn't really have anybody else for a sponsor for the series, so I said I'll do it, and I figured I'd just have my YouTube channel sponsor it. Try to get, some more subs on my channel.
Yeah. How many subs you up to?
I'm at 51 right now.
You're at what?
51.
What do you mean?
51 subscribers?
Oh, 51. Oh, I thought you were more than that.
Oh no, it's not very much.
I was like 51. Wow, I thought maybe you'd be
Yeah.
like 500s or 1,000 or something.
Oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna try to work on that. We're gonna get you some more subs over there on your channel. But man, you're gonna have to start streaming your racing.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, because I've been telling everybody, you can actually put it side by side and watch both. You can watch it from in car and watch the broadcast, and it would be pretty
nice.
close. It would be kind of close,
Yeah.
There'd be the difference in time from my computer to YouTube and your computer to YouTube might be a variance of maybe 5 to 10 seconds difference or something. You never know, and depends on what. It depends a lot on what. I think it's like on what day of the week it is and what server you're going to be on when you push it up there. Seriously.
Yeah.
I've had where, man, it was like a 20-second delay, and then I've had as much as 40-second delay on the broadcast.
Wow.
Yeah, when you go to the backup server, it's kind of iffy, if you have to do that. I've had to do that. So
Yeah. I've never live streamed before, but I should start doing that.
I thought, heck yeah, man, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck tonight, Josh, and thanks for talking with us, buddy. And we'll keep promoting it. Thanks for hosting this season.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
All right, man. Very cool. Very cool.
One other quick note to keep in mind: this is also race number 1 of the J. Robin Free Super Spitty 5. Last week we had 5, or 2 weeks ago I think it was, we had 5 drivers qualify, and if whoever wins out of those 5 or finished highest out of those 5 will receive $10. And to qualify for the series for the next week, you have to finish in the top 5 in the race. So you can win as much as $80 if you can win all 8 of them. The 5 qualifiers tonight are Nicholas Shelton, Bobby Zielinski, who I believe is not here tonight, Alex Peck, David Schutt, and Ariotti. So those 5 will be fighting it out for $10.
Nice. Well, by the looks of it, it's going to be Nicholas Shelton cleaning up again.
Yeah.
And well, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Josh Robin's YouTube channel, JRobin3 on YouTube. Just type it in the search box up at the top, take you right to his channel. I know, I've done it. And subscribe to his channel. He needs some more subs over there. That's pretty cool. He is sponsoring this season here for the SRA Gen 6 series. So we're trying to get him a few more subs over there. And I'm hoping maybe we might have talked him into doing a little casting tonight from in-car. I'm hoping maybe we can do that. And maybe if he doesn't do it tonight, maybe he'll do it in the near future here and get him some more subs. Well, we're coming down to the end of qualifying here. We got about 40 seconds left. And we'll get everybody on the grid. Brett, do you want to do, I'll do the first 10, you do the second 10? You want to do that?
Yeah.
If there's more than, say like there's 22 drivers, just go ahead and do the last 2. I don't know how many's in there right now, but
We have 20 drivers as of right now.
okay. But that's the way we always do it. If there's just a couple more, or 3 or 4 more than the second 10,
Oh, yeah.
just go ahead and finish them out rather than passing it back to me. And
Yeah.
very cool, very cool. All right, that's going to wrap up qualifying. Nicholas Shelton's going to hang on to the pole. All right, let's run down through the grid here. Starting on the pole, Nicholas Shelton with a 22.135. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Alan Elwood starting on the outside in second. Bobby Chaney starting third. Chance Crum fourth. David Shutt will start fifth place. Alex Peck sixth. Eric Sable 7th, Nicholas Caressel 8th place, Connor Anton 9th, and Ariotti rounds out the top 10. Brett?
Starting 11th will be the 13th, Terrace Swift Ford of Justin Gable. Starting on the outside is the man known as D. Ballard 29, that being Delonte Ballard. He's on the outside and starting 12th. Starting 13th, the man known as Wee Wee is Jonathan Shipman, the Marines 23 Chevrolet. East Coast Outlaw Racing captain Christian Snyder starts 14th in the Speed Coast Chevrolet. Caden Henry starts 15th for the DuPont Chevrolet. Luis Salmaso in the Miller Lite Chevrolet will start 16th. The man who farms taters and chasing daters, Josh Robbins, starts 17th. The unofficial Bullet Club member, Christopher Matthews, starts 18th. Starting 19th will be the Hooter Sport of Nick Northbrook. And starting in the back is Lachlan McMillan.
Very good. Thank you, sir. All right, as they finish gridding up here.
And I gotta say quickly, looking at this field, it looks like Femi Olad, Tyler Deschamps, Derek Bordeaux won't be here tonight, so this could be a potential real shakeup in the points. Of course, there is a drop race that will be implemented at some point, but for now, this could play a pretty big importance in the point standings as of this moment.
Yes, sir. All right, we're rolling out, ready to go racing. I'm still just like really super impressed with Bobby Chaney's qualifying time. That is, man, he needed this, you know. This is going to be a big shot in the arm for him. No surprise, David Shutt starting in 5th. That's a good starting place for him. I kind of expect him to be up there pretty quick and tangling up with Alan Elwood and Nicholas Shelton. Chance Crum in 4th. Alec Peck ran real well last night, finished on the podium in the Xfinity Series, and pace car dives to pit road. And here we go. Let's get them going, Brett. Green is about to fly. And there it is, green, green, green. And Shutt already to the inside to take a 3 wide down the front stretch and into turn 1. Oh, Bobby Chaney getting shuffled back.
Shutt with an incredible start. He may have Whoa, what a save from Elwood!
Man, what a save. Oh, we got Connor Anton. Man, that was crazy. Connor Anton, let's go back and take a look at this. That was crazy right there. That was some crazy racing for lap 1. All right, coming out of the turn, we see Elwood get out of shape right here, and I think guys were starting to check up. They weren't sure where he was going to go. Connor dives to the bottom. He sees what's going on. He's going to get tagged in the back from Ariotti, and he gets put right into the outside wall. But Alan Elwood, what a save, Brett.
Yeah, now just an example of what could happen in turn 2. He was probably pretty much full throttle in the exit 2, and that back end, or maybe just a little bit of a too much wheel, and that back end came out from underneath him. Everyone reacted like you said, and Ariotti hit the rear of Connor Anton. Anton's night is over. Also, Jonathan Shipman is pretty much done as well. And Caden Henry also got damage in that as well.
Yeah, somebody was saying their ears. Yeah, don't get quite so loud, Brett. I know it's exciting, and I love the excitement you bring to it. Wow, man, it's blowing out our viewers' ears. Well, Shipman looks like he's out of the race already. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, he took a pretty hard hit right there. He hit right on the front corner there of Connor Anton's car, and I'm sure probably his engine let go.
Yeah, pretty much the engine just blew up on him right when he slammed into Connor Anton there.
Yeah, you know that it's at least a 30-minute fix on pit road, and 30 minutes here is a lot of race. That's probably like 50 laps or something like 40 to 50 laps. So I mean, I wouldn't want to come back out and be 40 laps down.
Yeah, exactly. The way as soon as that engine goes, it's pretty much 30 minutes slapped on any other repairs you had.
Yeah. Skylar Berry. Hey, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, folks. And don't forget to like the video while you're here, too, man. Click that thumbs up under the viewing screen here. Give us a like. If you like the video, I should say. All right, lights are out. We're going back racing. You want to get them going this time, Brett?
Sure thing.
All right. Good deal.
We'll say before we get going here, David Shedlines, I made that incredible start to make it 3 wide. He's up into the number 3 spot. Now, of course, Shelton can go on anytime he wants now because they always start racing the green. After that, leader has control. So,
yeah.
Going to see how the field's going to react here on this restart. Pace car rolls in, and Shelton's going. Goes right to the apron to get away from Chance Crum. Front free, get away cleanly, single file. Eric Sable on the inside of Bobby Jay for 4. He'll get by. Jay may try to cross over him out of turn 2, but nothing doing. As the field works out of turn 2, Elwood gets a little bit squirrely. Everyone settles in single files to going for turns 3 and 4. And Nicholas Shelton has a big lead already on Chance Crum, already half a second.
Yeah, this is, I'm really not surprised by it. Nicholas just seems like, man, no matter what track you go to, he's going to run good. I talked to him last night there in the Xfinity series, and he said he's not really all that good here at this track. He doesn't perform as well as he does at other tracks, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Alan Elwood with that save is clear back in 8th place now. He's going to have to work hard to get back up to the front. And he's taking a look down low there underneath Delonte Ballard, but didn't have quite enough ponies under the hood to get by him.
What you saw there was what a lot of guys will do sometimes, what Delonte did and some other guys, they'll diamond the corners a little bit sometimes here at Dover. They'll kind of drift up a little bit in the middle to maybe almost exit. They'll cut it back down, and then they'll get a run off the corner. Sometimes some drivers do that, and other times they'll run the bottom, but of course,
right.
It all depends on what your tire usage is as well, as Allen gets a good run off the corner inside Delonte, and I think Delonte's going to let him go, and now be for
he's going to get loose again.
Oh, and he locked it down inside yellow.
Yep, that blew the yellow right there, but boy, how did he save that? Yeah, that car was sideways twice. Holy smokes. Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to want to stop and get some fresh rubber on that thing now. See, he is just totally cooked them tires.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what's surprising. It did not look like he clipped the apron in that corner, because that's the only thing I could think of that could cause that car to get loose like that, or just maybe it just slid out from underneath it. It looked like he was already drifting, in the entrance to one. So I'm wondering if maybe that car just got away from the entrance to the corner. Like I said, like when I was out there in practice, it looked like there was plenty of grip in this track, unless some reason the grip's starting to go away from the rubber buildup.
Well, what I'm kind of thinking that, Delonte Ballard was on that back right corner, and I think he might have been pulling a little air off of him. And you know how sensitive these things are to that aero push. And he could have been pulling a little bit of air off of his car, I think, and that could have been what happened there. It's hard to say. He might have just been overdriving it, or he did catch a little bit of that corner of the apron right there. Well, Christian Snyder stays out, and he will lead that lap, so he'll collect a bonus point. Everybody else is on pit road.
And looks like everyone's going to take 4 tires.
Nicholas Shelton will be out first, Chance Crum second, David Shutt third, Eric Sable fourth. And our leader, Christian Snyder, let's see if he comes to pit road here. I think I would if I was him. I don't think I'd want to stay out there on old tires, but they don't have that many laps on them.
Yeah, it doesn't have that many laps on them. It's just amazing how few laps can make such a difference on tires. And as you can see now, here comes Snyder in.
Yep, he got what he wanted. He led a lap and got that bonus point out of the way, and that's all he did that for. You know, now he'll have to go back to the back of the field.
Like I mentioned before,
Caden Henry's out of the race too. There's another one out, so we're down to 17 on the track, but one still sitting on pit road, Connor Anton.
And just going to say, like, it's amazing, like, how even 1 or 2 laps on tires can play such a difference in races. I mean, well, examples like all the green flag pit stops that happened in that Xfinity race last night. I mean, there were guys that made like a lap or so apart, but it's just amazing, like, how you can pit earlier and actually leap cars who are coming a lap later just because their tires are just that much older when you come in. It's really, really interesting how newer or older tires can play such a factor, especially when you get the green flag pit stops.
Yeah. Well, it's the second caution of the race here, folks. We've only had 2 lead changes. Nicholas Shelton has led most of the laps there. Christian Snyder stayed out and led 1, so that's all we've had in lead changes. Waiting on the 1 to go sign here. They should get it this time by. Coca-Cola car of Nicholas Shelton out front. Going to be the man to beat here tonight. All right, lights are out. And we know what that means. More green flag racing coming up.
Let's also hope that Alan Elway has control of that car now.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. He's been sideways more than anybody out there today, I'll tell you. He's really pushing it.
I'm pretty sure the dirt tracking is reserved for Derek Bordeaux.
Yeah. Well, wait till we get dirt.
Oh, yeah.
All right, pace cars in. Here we go. And Nicholas Shelton hits the throttle, clear back down on the apron again to get away from Chance Crum. David Shutt on the inside here of Eric Sable. And Alex Peck took a look there for a second on the inside of Sable, but wasn't going to happen. Down the backstretch into turn 1. Nicholas Shelton with a 0.3 of a second lead already over Chance Crum. Bobby Cheney sitting in 6th place.
Field pretty much single file right now as they go return spree and 4. Maybe Eric Sable might have something for David Shepard. Third place, Alex Peck almost had a look on Sable for 4, but he exited turn 2, but Sable managed to hold him off. But pretty much the whole field single file for the majority.
Yeah, and you know, with 2 cautions already, you know, in 10 laps, I think the guys ought to probably think about settling down a little bit, get your car under control and run some laps down, chew up some of the laps, and get racy at the end, you know. And I don't know, I think that's kind of a thing that we should do, but us as racers, it don't happen that way. The racing blood kicks in, and man, you want to race it up with the guy ahead of you. Oh, one into the wall there. I think that was Christopher Matthews. No, it wasn't. Who was that? Somebody got into the wall there, I just seen. Oh, it was Alan Elwood. That's who it was. Alan Elwood that got into the wall. Just a tap into the wall. He is really driving out of control tonight here, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, he's had so much crummy luck in the last couple of races as well, especially late in races. I think he's just trying to find someone to get rid of whatever bad luck he's had, but still whip him at this point.
I'm telling you, it's pretty crazy. Luis Almaso, 13th. Newcomer to the league this season. Actually, I think he raced the last race of the season last season, I think. And
he raced the last 2 races.
Yeah, last 2. Yeah, you're right. Shelton 1.2 seconds now ahead of Chance Crum. He's just checking out on him.
Pretty much like he has done all season. I remember like back at Charlotte in the Xfinity Series, he won the race by over 16 seconds. That is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
That big a domination.
That's no lie there, man. Yeah, he had a total domination last night in the Xfinity Series too. With I forget how many laps he led. It was like 100 and what they ran. What did they run last night? 115 laps, and I think he led like 100 of them or something. It was an astronomical amount.
Now Nick Northrup just got loose out of turn 4, started to cut you off, and he just hit the wall right in front of Justin Gable. Both got damaged from right sides in their cars.
Yep, and Gable, I think, followed him right into the turn, and here comes Alan Elwood. He's going to pass up Gable and back into 11th. I hate to say it, but Nick Northrup got an awful lot of right front damage on that car from hitting that wall, man. He's got some serious damage on that front.
And that is going to tighten up that car astronomically worse, especially the longer they go into this run. Well, I was going to go back earlier about how drivers can get real racy. It's real hard, I think, for a lot of drivers to try and pace themselves and try and save their tires. There are guys out there, say like a Bobby Chain, for example, maybe like an Ariati or some other guys. They'll try to pace themselves, try and save those tires. But then you got like some of the real fast guys, like say like a Tyler Deschamps or maybe a Femi Olad or even like a Nicholas Shelton or even a Chance Crum or something like that. They'll run real hard early and they'll wear their tires down. Even Christian Steiner is a good example of that. But it's all a difference of driving styles and how it contemplates the tire usage.
Yes, sir. And that's who we're missing tonight, Tyler Ducharme.
Yeah, he was one of the guys who was not here because in the top 3 in points.
Man, that's a bummer. Well, coming up on the back of Nick Northrup is Alan Elwood. As long as Alan stays away from that bottom, you don't catch that apron, he's good to go. It seems like I think he's kind of backed it down just a little bit. He's kind of looking at it a little different now. He keeps taking a peek here on Nick Northrup, and I think he's kind of nursing them tires just a little bit. I know the longer the run, you kind of get into that area where the car seems to be hooked up a lot better, and they're not at that point right now. But what a pack of cars up here in the front. Eric Sable, Alex Peck, Bobby Cheney, Delonte Ballard, Nicholas Kressel, and Ariati. Boy, what a pack of cars.
Peck's been taking a few looks at Eric Sable, trying to get by him for the 4th spot. Peck clips the apron just a hair. On the exit of turn 2, gets up a little bit of ground. Bobby Cheney still in the mix, along with Delonte, Ballard, Cressel, and Ariai. All of this batting for 4th on back.
Yeah. We're really racing it up here. Chance Crum, David Shutt, separated by close to a half a second, but they are 3 seconds behind the leader, Nicholas Shelton. Unbelievable racing out there. Josh Robin on pit road. So 16 drivers remain out here on the track. 16th place goes to Christopher Matthews. But he's only 10 seconds behind the leader, and he doesn't seem to be losing a whole lot of time. Now, he just got into the wall there a little bit, so he'll drop a little bit of time there, a few tenths.
And Alex Peck just got by Eric Sable for 4th. Here's Cheney now to the inside of Sable for 5th place. Sable holds him off just for now, as Peck got by Sable in the exit of turn 2. It looks like Sable pushed on track. Cheney inside. We got a yellow.
Oh, boy. Didn't see who that... Oh, that was Alan
It's
Elwood
again.
He has got damage this time. Let's go back and take a look. He's got damage. I see smoke coming out of the car, so... Oh, right there. He got on the inside of... I think that was Nick Northrup. Yeah, and he hit the wall pretty hard. Spun it. And into the wall again, so he's going to have some serious engine damage on that car now. He pulls away smoking like crazy. So he'll be coming to pit road. Uh-oh.
He is not happy with Northrop. He came right in front of him.
Oh, Northrop just hooked him. Oh, are you kidding me?
We got some extracurricular activities.
Yep. And the leaders are coming to pit road. Whoopsie. Yeah, I don't think Nick was too awful happy with all that.
No, I don't think he was. I mean, they were so close together in 3 and 4, and I will say that's the second time I hate to bring this up. That's the second time that Elwood has had a problem with someone. At the end of the Xfinity race at Pocono, he had issues with David Shutt. I remember they were racing super hard, and Shutt got into him in the tunnel turn.
Dang. Well, it looks like both of them drivers are out of the race, and Chance Crum out first. Good pit stop. Man, that was a smoking pit stop. He was like 1.3 seconds quicker on his pit stop than Nicholas Shelton was. And Josh Robin does re-enter the race. He is in 17th at the moment, 6 laps down. Car looks to be okay. Well, we haven't had a chance to talk to anybody yet. How about we see if we can get a word in with Delonte Ballard? Delonte Ballard, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Well, how's your car feeling tonight, buddy?
It's a little sketch. It's actually, it feels okay, I'll say. This is not one of a friendly track for me, but I guess I get decent runs here every now and then.
Well, you're looking good out there tonight. The car seems to be hooked up pretty good, and you're still running in 7th place after starting 12th. That's not bad. I think you got a lot going for you tonight.
Yeah, hopefully I can get up there and at least try to get a top 3 position, maybe a top 5 out of it, but some strong comp up here. It's pretty hard to get around, so
I agree. Well, a little extracurricular stuff going on there we heard on the track, and looks like a couple of drivers may be out, but your car, no damage on it so far? You haven't been into the wall or nothing?
Oh no, I don't.
Good.
I might have. I need to get it looked at and see if I got some front end. When the caution came out right there, I was on the back end of Bobby Cheney, and I gave him a small little tap on my screen. And he's got back end damage, and I don't know if I got front end or not.
I don't see anything that's worth noting, but Not like, not like you see on Bobby's car. I don't notice anything on your car. So, well, good luck out there, Delonte. We'll keep an eye on everything, and man, yeah, go for that top 3 today.
Thanks, Rudy.
Yes, sir. All right, looks like the lights are out, so get them going, Brett.
Well, it's going to be interesting now with Chance Crum in the lead and see if, heck, maybe even Alex Peck could get around Nicholas Shelton, because, like we said, now Crum's got control of the restart. He's on that inside line. I'm also wondering if he's going to use that apron like Shelton, and also I saw David Shutt do it as well, but we'll have to see as we get ready to get going here. We'll be on lap 36 of 150, and right now we are now down to 14 cars on the lead lap, 15 I believe that are running now, so
yeah,
we'll see what happens here as the field goes for turns 3 and 4. Chance Crum, Nicholas Shelton, Alex Peck, David Shutt, Eric Sable, Bobby Chain, the top 6. Chance really letting the pace car go. He drifts up a little bit. And there he goes.
Well, they all tried to get a run on Nicholas, didn't they?
Yeah, Shutt's for the tires. They're trying to get to the outside of Shelton. Here's Alex Peck for second. As they go for turns 1 and 2, Shelton going to try to use that outside line, get a run off. And looks like Shelton's got it. Shutt trying to inside sail to the inside of Cheney for 6th place. Or 5th place. They're coming out of 4th.
Whoa, man. Almost made contact with Cheney right there. I think Bobby kind of backed out just a touch right there and let Sable go, because there was something was going to happen that was not going to be good if he wouldn't have. So, Shutt to the inside of Peck, takes over 3rd.
Shelton had a look on Chance Crum going to turn 3, but Crum, I wouldn't say shut the door, but he'd come down just a little bit, have plenty of room to come down in front of Shelton. And Shelton again gets a run out of turn 2. He's going to try it again for the lead. And again, Crum holds him off for now.
Yeah, Crum keeps closing that door, and that's what he's going to have to keep doing. And if he leaves that door open like he just did right there, Shelton's going to take advantage of it. He left that door open.
Yeah, he got scrolling out of turn number 4, and that's all the opening Shelton needed, and Shelton goes right back to the lead and already has a few car lengths out on Chance Crum.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now they're kind of settled in here a little bit. Ariotti a little bit squirrely there coming out of turn 2, or 4, excuse me. Nicholas Kressel 9th, and rounding out the top 10 here, Justin Gable with a great run.
Yeah, his car's looking not too bad after that issue he had with Nick Norfolk, but he is hanging in there, like you said.
Oh, Christian Snyder sideways. Saves it. No caution. He still hasn't. Oh, no. There he goes. And that brings out the caution. Man, he had it saved, and I think he got back in the throttle, and it went right back around on him. Dang. Tough break for Christian. Just a slight tap into the wall. He's got just a little bit of left front damage. I don't think it's anything too significant. More cosmetic than anything. So I believe this is the 4th caution. This isn't like these guys to have this many cautions. We don't never see this.
No, like this season across both steering, there's been not that many yellows at all. And the weird thing about it is not that big of a field to that. I'm just wondering if the track is slicker than I thought it was going to be, or is just
highly possible,
or maybe a black cloud or something. I don't know what's going on. Well, everyone coming to pit road, it looks like Nicholas Carrasco is going to stay out, and he'll lead a lap here. I think Shelton's going to get a better pit stop than what happened last time.
And they are on pit road once again. Every time they get a chance, boy, they're going to come to pit road because, Delonte Ballard out.
2 tires.
2-tire change. Ooh. Wanting that lead, but Nicholas Kressel stayed out. He will collect a bonus point. I'm sure we'll see him come to pit road. That's going to put Delonte Ballard in the lead. And he tries this. He's tried this before, and it doesn't work out that well. But at least he gets out there. He gets that bonus point. It might be the only chance that he would have to get that bonus point tonight, because the way them guys have been racing up there in the front, Chance Crum, Nicholas Shelton, David Shutt, these guys, it might be the only chance he'd have to get that bonus point. But I really don't blame him.
Yeah, exactly. And then the only thing is, like, if him taking right side tires only, even with the lack of laps, I'm wondering if he's going to free up that car. That's what it usually has. When you take right side tires, that car's going to get freed up quite a lot. So you'll have to be careful of that as they'll go for turn 1 and 2 on the restart. And actually, Chance Crum beat Nicholas Sheldon out of pit road once again.
Yeah.
So probably this will be in Shelton's favor because Delonte's going to have control of the restart when they get back going.
Yeah, that was a little closer pit stop that time. Chance Crum actually was only about 1/10 of a second quicker than Nicholas Shelton, so that's how close they were. But last time they were over a second difference. And that's a lot. A second on pit road is a lot. That's like, 2 or 3 pit stalls, in a second.
Very much.
At least 2. So, and that's how Chance Crum got out ahead of him. And, I guess we're going to see how this is going to work with 2 tires. Might be pretty good. I have seen times where 2-tire change actually was better than 4 tires, at least for the short run, and the way the cautions have been coming here every 6 or 8 laps or so, it might not be bad. I've been doing it for track position, and he does collect a bonus point. Hey, not a bad idea.
Yeah, like exactly. I mean, the way this has gone on so far, there's been like not that many laps on green flag runs as the lights off on the car. Like I said, though, there have been times, like sometimes at at certain tracks, maybe at certain conditions, sometimes it is better to take 2 than 4. Sometimes taking 4 may hurt the car than just taking 2. I've seen that happen before.
Yeah.
You have to be under a certain set of conditions at certain tracks.
Yeah. This track, I don't know about. That concrete surface just loves to eat tires.
And it's usually slick, we usually said before, so.
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out here in just a second. Chance Crum will be starting on the outside. Let's see how good Delonte does. Now, my concern is I hope he doesn't smoke the tires. I would definitely wait till I got on the straightaway before I hit that throttle, or get into it easy, one of the two. Pace car's in. Don't smoke the tires, Delonte. There he goes. He got a good start that time. There we go. Good job. Just like a boss. Shelton getting shuffled back, and here comes David Shutt to the outside. And here's Boise side by side with Eric Sable. Sable's trying to get that run on the inside. Not going to be able to do it.
Shutt trying to stay with Shelton in the entry 1 and 2, but he couldn't. Sable's still right with him. They'll go single file now. Delonte Ballard continues to lead. Chance Crum, he had a great restart and got in front of Nicholas Shelton. We'll see if he can hold it off a little longer. But the way Shelton's been running, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, well, Chance seems to be okay for about maybe 3 to 5 laps. And then I don't know if it's just that newness wears off of the tires and the grip starts going away a little, just a tiny bit. And it doesn't seem to affect Nicholas near as much. And he's taking a look. Here he goes. There was that like 3 to 5 lap run right there, and Nicholas does clear him. Now he sets his sights on Delonte Ballard in the front. And I'll tell you what, this field is tightened up right here in the front, pretty tight.
It's pretty tight right now, but I don't know how much longer, because Shelton, here he comes with another run, out of 2 on the inside of Delonte, and he drives by easily. Delonte may try to cross him over here, but no avail. Nicholas Shelton right back to the front just like that. Yep. And now Cron to the inside of Delonte for second place, and doesn't quite have a corner him. Now he does. They got to go to the exit turn 2, side by side. And now Shutt's going to go to the inside for further. Now maybe the 2 tires starting to hurt Delonte. He's going to get freight trained by Shutt and probably Eric Sable.
Yeah, well, he's trapped up on that high side. Can't get down into the race groove because of them being there. So that's really hurting Delonte right now. But I think you're right. The 2 tires is really making a difference. He does drop it down there in front of Eric Sable. And now Eric will have to stay behind him. So I think Delonte's okay right now. At least he did what he set out to do. Collected that bonus point. Led 6 laps. And that's good news for him. Alex Peck riding in 6th. Bobby Chaney 7th. And Ariotti 8th. A little ways back to Justin Gable in 9th. And Luis El Maso now up to the top 10. Good run for these guys. We've seen Christian Snyder there earlier with that. Well, he did get a little bit of damage, but he looks like he's got that damage fixed up on pit road. Nicholas Carresso passes up Lachlan McMillan. Lachlan had a moment there coming out of the turn, almost lost it. He'll be all right, but he falls back here to the last place, last one on the lead lap. Josh Robin right behind him, actually about 9 laps down now.
Yeah, Lachlan had a moment off of turn 4 earlier. He did get the outside wall, so he does have damage right front of that car, but he's still rolling.
Nicholas Shelton now with a 1.3 second, 1.4 second lead over Chance Crum. Man, he is just, I think the longer he races here, the faster he's getting or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that, Brett. He just pulls away from the field so easily. Now, let me ask you, I know clean air on these Gen 6 cars is very, very important. But is it that important that he can pull away that much in just a few laps?
I don't know if it's just going to be like the clean air note. I mean, we've seen it both in the Xfinity and the Cups. I mean, he's just so fast out there right now. I mean, he's just flying right now. I mean, he's running like, right now he's running a 22.9 compared to Chance Crum's 23.2. I mean, he is just that fast. I mean, the only guys that I'm able to see keep up with him at all were Bobby Zielinski back at Auto Club and Derek Bordeaux back at Chicagoland, where he actually was fighting him for the lead in the midpoint of that race. But I mean, yes, clean air could help, but I mean, Nicholas Shelton is just that fast.
Well, he's up to his fastest time here tonight's been a 22.3. So. And nobody's even come close to that. I think Chance Crum's had the next closest time with a 22.467 for their fastest lap. So, I mean, man, he's just that much faster, like a little over a tenth on a lap, and that adds up.
I mean, it's just adding up how quick he is. I mean, right now it's a 2.2 second lead already on Chance Crum.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could be interesting maybe like a longer run if maybe the tires were off on Shelton, but the way he's been dominating so far this season, I don't see that happening. So once Ballard gets loose out of 4, he does save it.
Yes, he does. Good save. Really pushing the envelope on that car right now with the 2 tires. Yeah, I think he was... his plan to thinking that a caution would come out, fairly quick, didn't work out in his favor so far. But if it does, then he'll be able to come to pit road and get 4. But at least he did pick up about 3 or 4 positions, track position-wise. So I guess it was worth it, and lead some laps.
I mean, exactly. I mean, if a caution were to come out now, I mean, it's definitely a gain more than a loss. I mean, you said with the laps led and the positions he gained, like he was 7, gained 3 increased spots as of this point. And with those guys behind, maybe Sable and Peck start battling again as Peck takes a look at the inside of Sable on the exit of turn 2. And he does have a corner on him, maybe. Bobby Cheney and Ariana got to try and sneak into there.
Yeah, that's the time to do it when them guys are racing it up like that. See, if Peck can get underneath Sable and stay there, that would open that door up. And he had him up there, but just couldn't quite clear him. It's a good racing going on by them guys. Well, it's about time. Let's do a little crank it up here. What do you think?
Crank up the speakers and break some glass.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Alright, so it's still Eric Sable still staying ahead of him. Bobby Cheney in trouble here. Ariati, take a look. Oh, there goes Alex Peck around Sable now. Starting to get a little racy.
Maybe. I mean, they got close to get her free, but last time here, Peck got tight and Sable got a little loose at the same time, and Sable gets a great run on the outside in turn 4. But he goes too high, and I think now Peck's got him.
Yep, he drove it a little bit too hard in there, and Ariati got around Bobby Cheney, so some changing going on back here in the pack. Ariati now to the inside of Sable. Ariati turning up the heat.
Hear that? Sable is having problems. I mean, look at he's going way high in the corners now all of a sudden.
And he's looking for grip up there.
And he's getting big runs off the corners, but now he goes back low. So I wonder if he was just trying stuff in there to see what would happen, but whatever he was trying, going that high was not helping his cause. And now he's got a big run on the inside for 6th. A Sable could get a run off here.
Ooh, close, almost made contact. Sable back to 7th place now. Cheney couldn't quite get enough muscle worked up there to get up there with Ariati to keep that going. And Justin Gable has closed the gap on them boys. And he is not far behind Bobby Cheney.
Yeah, pretty impressive run for Gable to catch up to these guys and maybe get himself maybe to 7th or something like that.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, back up here, Chance Crum and David Shutt. They're still in battle for 2nd. And they are 4.5 seconds now behind our leader, Nicholas Shelton. He is just pulling away.
I mean, he's pulling away that easily. He's probably like driving one-handed and maybe having a beer or something, but don't drink and drive, everyone.
That's exactly what I was sitting here thinking. He's got his left hand on the steering wheel and beer in his right hand drinking. Probably watching TV and maybe texting in between or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt that. I bet you $5 he's right up on that wheel right now.
Oh, probably. Speaking of up on the wheel, Alex Peck is on the inside. Delonte thought he just got by him. I believe that is for 4th place.
Yep.
Ariati caught Delonte very fast, and that could be probably for 5th place in just a few moments.
Yeah, I think it's in the making here. I think Delonte, and he knows it. He knows he's not as fast as these guys because he only did that 2-tire change. He's not going to fight with them. He says, "Go ahead." You know, I know. I just need a caution here to get 4 fresh feel goods on this. But we are at the halfway mark. About one more lap. So they're starting to get into some long green flag runs, even though we've lost a couple of good drivers out here tonight. Nick Northrup, Alan Elwood, Caden Henry, and Connor Anton, which is still sitting on pit road back in 19th position, had heavy damage on that wreck on, what was that, like lap 1 or 2?
Lap 1 is when the wreck happened.
And he got the worst end of it, man. He got like double whammied up there. Shotgun around, Chance Crum goes into second. I figured David Shutt would be a good, have a really good run here tonight. I just figured that. I like David. He's a good driver, and I'll tell you what, he'll keep up with the best of them.
Yeah, he's always not afraid to stick his nose in some crazy places. I mean, I've seen it from experience. I mean, he's not afraid to get his nose in there, and he's definitely a quick driver, David Shutt.
Well, I'll tell you just a quick story, Brett, about that, about sticking the nose in there. I had a friend of mine. You guys probably know him. I'm not going to mention his name, but he told me one time. He said, "Rudy, you got if there's a half of a truck width in there, you stick that nose in there." So I went out and I raced like that. With that attitude, I had totally changed my attitude just for that one race, and because I never raced like that. And I took a chance, and I stuck my nose in there, and I wound up winning the race. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right?
Exactly.
I didn't cause a wreck or anything, but I got in there, I stuck my nose in because I was faster and took that chance, just a quick story about how that can work for you. 6 seconds now up to the leader, Nicholas Shelton. He is just gone.
He basically right now has a straightaway lead over David Shutt right now.
Yeah, I don't even think we could, if we look back, let me see if I can look back, even see Shutt coming out, barely. He's just coming out of the turn when Nicholas is going into the next turn. Wow. That is crazy fast. Well, you got to give it up to Nicholas. I mean, and I don't know what kind of equipment he uses, but it's all about equipment. A friend of mine discussed that we just got into a pretty good discussion about it one night, and this guy drives with one of them $850 wheel setups, and the guy's wicked fast, and it does make a difference. Your equipment does make I got a $100 Driving Force GT, I can't keep up with them. And I don't consider myself a terrible racer. I mean, I may not be nowhere near as fast as Nicholas Shelton, but I don't consider myself a bad racer. But equipment does make a difference. It's just like equipment in real life. You got a team like I'll just say Jimmy Johnson. As much as I don't like him, he goes out there. He's got Lowe's as a backer. He's got the best equipment in the world. They don't make any better. But then you take a lesser team, maybe I don't know, somebody clear in the back,
like a David Gillen from Motorsport.
Yeah, he may not have the best of the equipment, the best brakes, the best engine, the best internal parts of the engine and all that. Justin Gable getting by Delonte Ballard. So Delonte's failing now, or falling back, not failing. He's falling back.
Yeah.
You give Justin a little bump there in the back. And all right, hey, there you go. You got it. Just get a little shot there just to kind of give him a boost. Nicholas Carreso rounds out the top 10 here. Luis Omaso, 11th. Lachlan McMillan running in 12th now. Christian Snyder, 13th. Christopher Matthews, 14th, and Josh Robin. Oh, Josh has been into something and is coming back to pit road. Oh, my.
Yeah, that was a few laps ago, and what happened was he got into the wall in the exit turn 4 and was right in front of the leader, Nicholas Shelton. Then he lost it down to the inside and smashed the inside wall, but that was a few laps ago, because I just saw smoke coming out of that car.
Must be the engine just let go then. or it's about to let go. He'll probably be sitting there for about
Yeah.
20 minutes or so trying to see if they can't repair that engine for him to get back out there. There's not really any danger of him picking up any more positions, and unless something drastic happens out there. So he may just sit on pit road. I would. I mean, you're not going to pick up any positions, and you're not
Yeah.
going to lose any because nobody else is behind you.
No, exactly.
So, well, Shelton with a 6.7 second lead now over David Shutt. Alex Peck, Ariotti, and Chance Crum. Chance goes back to 5th now. So he's fading a little. That's the word I was looking for, not failing. Fading.
Yeah. Fading, exactly. I mentioned about Crum before, like he does pretty good in those short runs, but he does fade on the
Yep.
long runs. And I could probably say the same thing for David Shutt. He's really fast on the short runs, but he'll fade as well on the long runs. Because Alex Peck and Ariotti have been chainsawing through the field.
Yeah.
And now I've caught up to David Shutt. Of course, Nicholas Shelton is in another time zone.
Well, it's all, it's all in how you treat your car out there. And if you take it easy on them exits, and that's what Alex Peck and Ariotti have done, Now, David Shutt, he went right out there gung-ho, and he has pushed that car probably to its limit. And sure, right now he's staying ahead of them, but I bet you if they stay out here another 5 or 10 laps, we're going to see David Shutt's car fade even more, and we'll see Alex Peck get by him. I don't have any doubt. I think Alex Peck and Ariotti are probably the masters out here of saving tires. I'm telling you, those guys can run the long runs and stay right there. And they may not reel you in, they may not pass you, but they can run excellent. You agree or disagree?
I definitely agree with that. And speaking of tires, Chance Crum is on the road for green flag pit stops.
I did hear. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, he's away now, so he'll go a lap down. Nicholas Shelton with a 6.9 second lead over David Shutt. Make that 7 seconds. Like I said, he's picking up about a tenth a lap, or maybe even 2/10 a lap now. It amazes me, Brett, that he can run that good out there. Okay, and
Yeah.
Chance Crum gonna go around the outside of these guys. Oh, David Shutt into the wall, and I think he got a little tap there. I don't know. I'm gonna go back and take a look at this. I think he got a tap from Alex Peck there.
Looks like he did, yes.
He got into the wall, and that kind of slowed him up a little bit. He got into the wall coming out of turn 4. Peck comes up behind him, and I believe, they do make contact right there. Different throttle points. The Chance Crum had a lot to play into that because he was forcing these guys, and but good save by David Shutt. He's just going to lose a couple of positions. Actually, he didn't, because those guys are. How the heck did he get back by them? He got back by Ariotti. What? And Ariotti's coming to pit road. Nicholas Shelton on pit road.
Actually, Audi missed his pit entry. That's why Shutt got back by him.
Wow. All right, well, Nicholas Shelton back out on track. He is a lap down. Bobby Chaney takes over the lead. He led a lap, and now he comes to pit road, getting it slowed down to that 35 miles an hour. Whoa, that's a big one. Nicholas Kressel will retake the lead. Well, we've been on a nice green flag run here now, Brett. Maybe they've got all the cautions out of the way, huh?
Well, the extension almost happened one with David Shutt, but definitely a possibility now. We got that real long green flag line with reduced field, And definitely now the game's settled in, but of course it's all playing to Nicholas Shelton's hands. I mean, he is flat out flying. I mean, Chance Crum hit it like a couple laps before Shelton did, but Shelton is like almost 3 quarters straight. We got yellow!
Oh no!
It's Ariani on the front stretch!
Trying to find him here. Yes, it was right there, spinning it around broadside. And that's them new tires he just got too. Well, now somehow Nicholas Shelton retook the lead. He was a lap down. Okay, how did that work?
Currently, he's
Oh, no,
scored
that's Nicholas Kressel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Kressel,
Wow.
yeah.
Man, I'm all messed up. Well, he hasn't been to pit road yet. The front 3 here have not been to pit road yet, so I'm sure we'll see them come to pit road, yeah. Him, Christian Snyder coming in, and Luis Almaso. So that will put a lot of guys back on the lead lap because they've already pitted, and they'll be ahead of these leaders once they come off of pit road, so they will be back on the tail end of the lead lap.
Inside, because and looks like Shelton gets the lucky dog, so he'll be on lead lap right away. And yes, the guys behind him, like Crum and them, they will get the wave around and get back on lead lap that way.
Yep. All right, Kressel coming off pit road. Come off first. Christian Snyder second. Luis Almaso third. And Nicholas Shelton pits. How the heck did... I am totally lost here now. He got the lucky dog and now he's in the lead?
Well, he should be coming in, I think, because pit road should be open now for him. And
Oh,
here he
okay,
comes.
okay. Oh, man, I was totally confused right there. My bad. Sometimes I get like that. I get like, wow, where did I miss something? Because you can't pay attention to every single car on the track and find out what they're doing.
No.
And you know, I know he needed to pit, so. Well,
usually when you're
good, man.
When you're a lap down, you get the lucky dog, and then you come back around
Right.
after you get by the pace car. Then pit road would open up for you. Then,
Right.
so that's the reason why now Shelton's back on pit road, because he is back on the lead lap. Now, for those other guys, they're not as lucky because they gotta, even though pit road is open, they kind of have to stay out to get the wave around and get back on the lead lap. So, yes, they'll be back on the lead lap, but there'll be a bit of a disadvantage for guys like Eric Sable, Chance Crum, Alex Peck, Bobby Cheney, some of those guys.
Right. Well, they've all been to pit road. So it's, you know, maybe all they've got is pace laps on them tires, you know, so it really isn't going to matter right now because it's going to still kind of be even for these guys. But that'll put 10 of them back on the lead lap. Eric Sable, Lachlan McMillan, Ariotti, and Christopher Matthews are going to be trapped a lap down. Interesting. Just the chain of events is just hard to keep up with all that, you know. Now, if we see a green flag run here, this is. I mean, I don't know because we know we're going to see Nicholas Shelton's going to try to come back up to the front. Well, he is up to the front. He's up to third or fourth. He's going to want to try to get by these guys. Now, these guys are on new tires. Christian Snyder does have just a tick of left front damage, but I don't believe that's going to affect him any. Now, Nicholas is going to have to make short order of some of these other cars here, Luis Almaso and Christian Snyder, so he can get up there with Nicholas Kressel.
Yeah, these guys don't have the pace of of what Shelton has as the field tries to get doubled up here. A little bit of confusion. Looks like they're getting settled in now.
Well, as we get ready to go back green, just a note here, Connor Anton is back out there on the track. And there we go, green, green, green. Shelton right on the tail of Christian Snyder. And he pulls out. He's going to try to take over second place here from Christian Snyder. And he just laid waste to that real quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he's back man on a mission right now, and I'm thinking sooner or later he's going to make quick work off Nicholas Caressel, as he is going to be coming on like gangbusters. And he's already on the back of Caressel's bumper on the exit at turn 2. It's going to be a matter of time, I think, before Shelton blows his doors off.
Well, this is about the only time that Nicholas gets camera time, because when he gets out front and he's thinking up the show, he don't get a whole lot of camera time.
Oh, exactly.
When you're out there with a 7-second lead, you don't get a lot of camera time because all the battles are behind you. Here he goes, inside Nicholas Caressel. And Caressel's not going to fight with him. He says, man, this guy is just wicked fast. I'm done, man. He says, I'm just going to take it easy here. Because the harder he tries to race and stay ahead of Nicholas Shelton, the more he's burning up them tires.
Well, that caution definitely will help Caressel, and Caressel for sure. Maybe Christian Steyer as well, because like I said, guys like Eric Sable, Ariati, and a few other guys, they are trapped a lap down. And the guys who took the wave around, they're a little distance behind Caressel and Snyder. So if this goes green the whole way, they could get top 5s, maybe top 3s out of this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It definitely worked out in their favor. They were in perfect track position when that caution came out. And we got lap cars, Ariati on a mission to try to get his lap back, him and Eric Sable. They just drove around Luis Almaso, our 4th place driver, Chance Crum in 5th. And look at the pack of cars he's got behind him. Holy smokes. Alex Peck, Delonte Ballard. Bobby Cheney now trying to get by Lachlan McMillan. Opens that door up. David Shutt slips in there. And they both clear Lachlan. Lachlan is back in 13th position, 1 lap down. Justin Gable, Lachlan into the wall right there. Justin Gable kind of backs it out a little bit. He is in the top 10. But there's Connor Anton back out on the track, 95 or 96 laps down. Got the engine fixed and some of the damage, but he's trying to maybe pick up a couple of positions here from Nick Northrup and Alan Elwood that are both out of the race. He's got about another 16 laps to go to pass them.
Yeah, basically he's out here for. He's going to try and pass those 2 guys to get a few more points out of it to at least salvage the day.
Yeah, you got to make the best of it, and that's what I always say. Don't give up, man. Get out there. And, if you got to sit on pit road and get that car fixed, get out there and pass up guys that are out of the race.
Alex Peck inside of Chance Crum. This is for 5th place, and in front of them, there's a battle for the lucky dog spot. Eric Sable is trying to hold off Ariati, but Peck to the inside of Crum, trying to slide up, and he just clears him. Alex Peck back up to 5th.
You couldn't have put a piece of paper between them bumpers. It was that close. And I think Eric Sable and Ariati are thinking that there's going to be another caution. And that's why they're racing so hard right now for that lucky dog position. And Ariati got a great run off of turn 4 there.
I mean, exactly. Both these guys are praying for a caution right now, and to pit the first car a lap down. They are fighting for all his worth. Eyes gonna go high, trying to get inside Sable, but Sable shut the door on him. And Adi's gonna try and I can try to get the run off at the corners. Sable hangs on for now, but maybe watch out to get a run here at turn 2. They both go high. But behind him, Luis Tomaso is catching him, and Alex Peck, and Chance Crum. We could get two separate battles in a big pack here forming.
Yeah, Luis has got a good bird's eye view of this. Oh, Ariati loose. Man, good save. Lost a little ground on Eric Sable there, but he'll regain it.
Here's Peck to the inside of Tomaso for 4th. And he'll make quick work at the 54 Miller Lite Chevrolet, and Tomaso, excuse me, will slide back in at the 5th place. And Chance Crum going to try work on him next.
I'll tell you a little something about Luis. If you ever get him up in the booth, now that guy knows what he is talking about, man. I'll tell you what, I loved having him in the booth with me a couple times, and man, I'll tell you, he is a great co-commentator. That guy, he should be doing it professionally. I'm sorry, serious. He is very knowledgeable, very chatty, very, talkative about everything out there. He talks about every driver, and oh man, he's good to have in the booth. Well, Alec Peck now is trying to catch up to Christian Snyder. He's about 1.2 seconds back, but he's got right ahead of him now to worry about is Eric Sable and Ariati battling. Still battling it. Sable was a little bit loose coming out of 2 that time.
Yeah, they are driving their cars extremely hard just to try and hold on to this lucky dog position. This could hurt Alex Peck, or Peck's going to try and make moves himself. Here he comes inside of Audi. It's going to hurt Ari as Peck goes flying by. And now I's hoping that he does the same thing to Sable.
Well, Alex can't mess around. I mean, the laps are winding down here. He's got 4th place, and if he's ever going to get to Christian Snyder, he's got to clear these. Whoa! Contact between him and Sable.
May have looked like Sable got well squid, but it was real close anyways. Here's Audi again and inside nothing doing.
I'll tell you what, these guys are racing so hard back here right now, and just for the lucky dog position. And this
Charles Delonte Bellers crashed to the inside turn 4.
Who was it?
Delonte Ballard crashed on the inside of turn number 4, and we got another caution.
Let's go see it.
And that means that Eric Sable gets the lucky dog.
Yes, it does. Watching here, Bobby Chaney got into the back of Delonte. Oh. And Delonte's going to hit that inside wall pretty hard, too. Wow. Bobby Chaney bringing out that one. Getting into the back of Delonte. All right, back up front here. It looks like the leader's going to bring everybody to pit road. And that was a big, tough break right there for Delonte. But he'll get it looked at. You get new tires on it, the thing's going to feel a whole lot better. Looks like Ariati, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to plan on doing here. I don't think he's going to stay out. He might stay out, you know that? He might stay out just to get back on the lead lap. He's got enough fuel.
Yeah, he's got enough fuel, but I think he's going to need a quick yellow. He's going to be on older tires. He was fighting Sable so hard to get that lucky up. But this caution does hurt Nicholas Caressel and Christian Snyder, because they have fairly comfortable margins on guys like Peck and them. But now, with them right close, it's going to be tough for them to be in the top 3.
Yep, that's for sure. All right, these guys all out. Looks like Christian Snyder will come out. Eric Sable, showing him as the leader.
He'll probably be coming in this time because he was the lucky dog, like we said before.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And one other quick note, Christopher Matthews, before the wreck with Delonte, he wrecked on the outside of turn 1. He got a little squirrely on the front stretch, overcorrected, lost it, smashed the outside wall, then went to the inside. So the yellow didn't come out for Matthews, but his night's over.
Right. Yeah, Sable coming to pit road now. So that puts Nicholas Shelton back in the lead. Christian Snyder second, Alex Peck third, Nicholas Kressel fourth, Chance Crum fifth, Luis Almaso sixth, Bobby Cheney seventh, Justin Gable eighth, Delonte Ballard ninth, and David Shutt will be the 10th place car. And it does look like that is exactly what Ariotti is going to do. Him and Lachlan McMillan both stay out, so they can get back on the tail end of the lead lap. They are not going to pit, Brett.
No, they're not. And like I said, now what Audie and Lachlan need is a quick yellow again, and then they'll get tires and they'll be back in the same sequence in terms of tires as the race leaders.
Well, I don't see Lachlan McMillan in here, but I would like to talk to Ariotti. You got a copy?
Hey, it's in for I got you guys on.
Well, the plan is to stay out and get back on the tail end of the lead lap. We know you've got enough fuel, but how about the tires?
Yeah, the tires are pretty shot, especially after I was trying to save it when I got loose there off of 4. But yeah, I just need to stay on the lead lap right now. Hope for a quick caution. I'm hoping these guys get a little racy here towards the end of the race, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I think you're probably going to get your wish. I don't think we've seen the last of the cautions. These guys are getting really racy now, and you know, I think you're going to get it. So it might have been a good choice for you. You and Lachlan McMillan both will get back on the lead lap. So, but you're racing up there with Eric Sable for the lucky dog position. Man, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, it's too bad I couldn't get past him before that caution came out. But yeah, you know, we both of us, we kind of had to just race as hard as we could there. But yeah, didn't work out. It's all right.
Yep, well, now he's got fresh tires and you don't. So you're ready to go back green, Eric. Good luck out there, brother.
I appreciate it. Good.
Yes, sir. All right, Nicholas Shelton in charge and large. Get him going, Brett.
Well, this caution will set Nicholas Shelton back on the point, but how much will this will hurt Christian Snyder and Nicholas Kressel that have good gaps and potential podium spots? There goes Shelton. He gets a terrific launch. Right to the apron once again. 2 by 2 behind them. Peck to the inside of Snyder. Kressel shoots right down in front of Chance Crum. Peck's the number 2 spot. Snyder to third. Kressel may try to get a corner on Snyder to go to the exit of turn 2. 2 by 2 behind Dan, Cheney, Salmasto, Ballard, Gable, and Sable, who's back on the lead lap. I think we'll go 2 by 2, and now Kressel trying to hold off Chance Crum for 4th place.
And here comes Delonte Ballard on the inside of Luis Almaso. These guys are getting pretty racy back here now. Eric Sable. Oh! Luis just closed that hole up real quick. Oh my, that was good. Ariotti's trying to hang on here, and he is barely staying ahead of David Shutt right now. Shutt's going to make short order of him. Shutt's got new tires, even though he's got a little damage on his car. I think he'll be able to drive around Ariotti without any problems. Ari's not going to fight, I don't think, too awful much with him. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Because they're battling pretty hard here right now. Well, Nicholas Shelton with a half a second lead over Alex Peck. Alex trying to get up there and do something with Nicholas. Nicholas has led 105 laps right now, Brett.
Another dominant display, and then the free fall has kind of started a little bit for Nicholas Kressel. He got passed by Chance Crum and Bobby Cheney in one fell swoop. And now Delonte Ballard, who gets big time loose again off of 4, will be next in line. And Eric Sable is trying to charge for the field. He just got by Luis Salmasto and Justin Gable to move him up to 8th place, as the field is now spread out single file.
Yeah, Luis falls back to the 10th place. We're still trying. I want to try to keep an eye on Alex Peck here. I think Nicholas is I think he found fifth gear in that car because he is really cranking it up now. He's pulling away.
I think
Coming to 17 to go this time by.
I think it's going to be a question now of whether Christian Snyder can somehow hang on to that third spot. Chance Crum is closing in fairly quickly, although they were just about a couple foul apart in that last lap. I know Snyder, he'll run hard early and then he'll use up those tires, so this could be right in the range where he might be able to hold off Chance Crum for that final podium spot. And actually...
really loose right there.
Darn!
Man, what a save, though. And Chance Crum's going to pull the air off the side of him.
Yeah, he's still sliding the exit of turn 2. And that closed the door in potential podium position for Christian Snyder. Now Cheney goes by for 4, but now Kressel inside for 5th.
Not going to be able to
hold on.
But boy, did you see that, though? Chance Crum pulled the air right off of him. Oh, and he does it again.
I think he burned that right rear off, and now Snyder's just fighting that car for all it's worth. Here comes Kressel inside for 5th. And Delonte Bowers going to try and stick his nose in there. That'd be for 6th place. Still right with him, but I think now Kressel should get him here in the middle of 1 and 2, and now Delonte Bowers going to try and pass him now for number 6 spot.
Yeah, and he does have the inside, but he just lost it right there. Christian Snyder comes right down, fills that hole up, so he says, I can't keep letting these guys drive by me like that. He's just outside the top 5. Everybody else pretty much minding their P's and Q's out here right now. Delonte Ballard could be in trouble with Eric Sable on his tail. And Justin Gable. Sable and Gable. Ooh, somebody just got into the wall. Luis Salmaso there with a slight tap on the wall coming out of 4. Back in 11th, Ariotti still trying to hang on. He's staying ahead of David Shutt right now for 11th place. I know he was hoping for that quick caution to come out, and it's not going to happen, but, well, at least it's looking that way right now. It's not going to happen. I don't know if Shutt's got anything left to try to maybe get by Ariotti or not. Ariotti has put some distance on him.
Well, keep in mind, Shutt had that issue in turn 2 and Alex got into him. He's got damage to the right side of that car. That's probably why he cannot keep up with Ariotti at this point.
Right. Well, Peck pulling away from them guys, but he is losing ground to Nicholas Shelton, our leader, big time. Nicholas just pulled a couple of tenths on him right there in less than a lap. So he's gaining probably about 4 tenths a lap on Alex Peck right now. That's crazy fast.
At least that much. And the only real battle right now is that fight for 6th place between Christian Snyder and Delonte Ballard. Ballard has somewhat got close to Snyder, but hasn't quite had a find a way to maybe make something worse. Getting lower in the corners than Snyder has, and it looks like that maybe the only way that Delonte can maybe get by Snyder is if Snyder has another one of those issues where he got loose like he did trying to hold on to that 3rd spot.
Well, I'll have to talk to Delonte about it. He's going to have to start feeding them ponies under the hood a little more grain, because he's got the car. He's a good driver. He just needs to find a little extra horsepower in that car when he's in situations like this, because I've seen him in situations like this a good many times, and it just seems like he's lacking that little tiny bit of horsepower that he needs to clear somebody. And it's not looking like he's going to have enough car here today to get by Christian Snyder.
And remember as well, Delonte had that damage when he crashed off at turn 4 with help from Bobby Cheney. That could also be hurting him as well. But we know Snyder had that issue as well when he hit the wall, but it's not as bad as Delonte's.
Eric Sable's sitting there in 8th place, but it doesn't look like he's going to have enough to get to Delonte unless he's been. We're inside the 5 to go. We may see guys reel in other guys ahead of them. I don't know, but they are spaced out big time around the track right now. There's nobody close to each other, that close, that it looks like they're going to challenge to pass them. Luis Almaso, Justin Gable, probably about the closest to. Luis is barely hanging on to that 9th place. It looks like his car is pretty much gone away here. He's Justin Gable's closing that gap on him now. 3 to go for Nicholas Shelton. Right now with a 3.4 second lead over second place.
Sable is catching Delonte. I told him it's going to be enough, though. If you catch him at maybe less than a 10th, we'll see if he got any more ground this time. 23.70 for Delonte, 6.7 for Sable, so that might be the only battle, but we'll see as Nicholas Shelton is about to take the white flag, I believe.
Yes, sir. He's coming around right now. He's coming up on the back of Lachlan McMillan, last one on the lead lap. White flag in the air. Is he going to ride? He doesn't need to pass Lachlan. He's got that much of a lead. All he's got to do is ride here, and I believe that's what he's going to do. He's not pushing the envelope to pass Lachlan. And coming to the white flag, or coming to the checkered flag, Nicholas Shelton for the win here tonight for SRA. Congratulations. And he's sliding it through the turns here. Wow, what a job for Nicholas Shelton. Another dominating performance by Nicholas.
And I believe that is now, can both series combine, I think 4 of the last 5 races. I could be wrong on that, but that seems about right. 4 of the last 5 races in dominating fashion.
And unbelievable. Well, we're going to get, I'm going to start here with Chance Crum, see if I can get a word in with him. Chance Crum, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, 3rd place it was for you tonight, buddy, but, what do you think? What did you think of the race here, them long green flag runs and everything? Just very, very hard racing. You started 4th, though, and wound up 3rd.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that. I don't do much of iRacing anymore, so definitely happy to come home 3rd. Yeah, the long flag, the long green flag run, I definitely killed myself, burned up my right front, and started dropping like a rock, so I decided to pit. And then when I came out, ran about 8 laps, and the caution came out, so that kind of screwed me over a little bit. But I was able to hold in there in the top 5 and ended up 3rd.
Well, that's great. That's great. I mean, it's good to see you back out there, Chance. I know you don't get a whole lot of chance to run with these guys, but it's good to see you back out there in a 3rd place finish for you at Dover. What did you think of the track conditions out there tonight and the handling of your car?
The car was pretty tight pretty much the entire time. I was fighting it a lot, but it actually felt like the track had a decent amount of grip. Made for some fun racing. I wish we could get more than one line going, but it was pretty fun though.
Very good, very good. All right, well, congrats on your 3rd place. Anybody you want to give a thank you out to?
Thank you to Clean Crawls, Airvan Moving, Joe's Racing Products. Thanks to Alex and all the other guys for racing clean. That was pretty fun.
All right, well, we'll let you go celebrate your 3rd place finish, and we'll catch up with you next week, hopefully.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Brett, you got Alex Peck?
Yeah, Alex Peck is Brett Boncari of the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, Alex, 2nd place run for you tonight, but I got to go back to lap 94 in the contact with David Shutt. Can you take us through what happened in that situation?
Yeah, I felt bad about that. I totally just kind of ran Shutt over. I had been racing, or I was racing with Sable earlier in the run, just kind of stuck behind him, and took me a long time to get around him. When I finally did, Chance and Shutt were like 1.5 seconds ahead of me, so I ran him down pretty quick. But I don't know, I just saved my tires a little better than Shutt, and I was a little better in the center. I was just trying to get really close to him on exit so I could maybe peek down underneath him on the straightaway, but I just got too close and got into his back bumper and got him loose off of 2 and kind of ruined his race. So feel bad about that. So.
Indeed, and now how are the track conditions out there tonight? Because Dover, for the most part, has always been a fairly slick track, especially on the exit of the corners. And I was doing a bit of running around in practice, and I felt the track had some grip on there. But what were the conditions like? Because early on, there was a lot of cars getting loose out there. Was the track actually still slick, or was there plenty of grip down there?
1 and 2 had lots of grip. 1 and 2 is definitely a faster turn. I think it had overall grip. Sorry. These cars are always going to break action off the turns just because of the elevation change in the horsepower. So if you have your wheel turned a lot, when you're coming off the turn, you're going to get loose. And that has to do more with probably that the turns are tight. So if you see people spinning out, it's not because it's necessarily slick, but they just have a lot of wheel input, and they're coming up the hill with the gas on. So it's just going to break the rear tires loose. But 1 and 2 had like a fair amount of grip most of the race. Now 3 and 4 was good through the entry in the center, but it really slicked off in the exit of 4. It really kind of pushed the nose. So if you weren't careful, you were going to get really tight off of 4 and just plow the wall. So you had to be careful of that.
And finally, I gotta ask this, but what is it gonna take to stop the unstoppable freight train of Nicholas Shelton, who I believe has won now 4 of the last 5 races in both series combined? I mean, what is it gonna take to stop him?
It's gonna take some bad luck on his part, and some misfortune. We had a caution, or we had green flag pit stops, and there was a caution. It could take something like that where he pits. He's the first one to pit, and then the caution comes out and it traps him a lap down, and it doesn't trap others a lap down. So it could take something like that. It could also just take, better talent, like Marcus or Derek or, some of the other really good drivers in this league to try and compete with him. And then if I want to beat him, I'm just going to have to sit on this simulator and practice hours and hours to try and be as good as him, because he's just way better than everybody else at this point.
Well, second place finish is nothing to sneeze at, so congrats on that, and send us shout-outs if you'd like to there, Peck.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy with second. Shout out to Nick for winning again in dominating fashion. Sorry to Shut for running him over there. Shout out to Chance for racing clean. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting, and thanks to the league for doing these races. They're a lot of fun.
Well, congrats again on your second place finish, and really is caught up with your race winner, the man who's just been an unstoppable freight train as of this moment in both series, Nicholas Shelton.
Yeah, Nicholas, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just don't know what these guys have got to do, man. They've got to do a little more homework or something here to try to beat you. You heard the stats here that Brett just ran down through. You've won 5 of the last 6 races, or I think that's what you said, wasn't it?
4 of the last 5.
4 of the last 5. Excuse me. They've really got to pick up their talent or whatever. I don't know what they got to do. But talk about your racing out there a little bit. When that caution come out, it looked like didn't look like it was going to work out too good for you. But as it turned out, it did.
Yeah. When that caution came out on the green flag pit stops, I thought, oh yeah, I'm stuck a lap down.
Yep.
Well, I have to take the wave around. But then I figured out I got the lucky dog, which would put me right with the leaders because the wave rounds would be behind me. So I thought, okay, I can be okay now, because unless some wreck happens right at the front on the restart, I thought I'd be okay. So I got around them and everything worked out.
Well, let's go back to when Delonte Ballard had stopped there and he come off the pit road. He did a 2-tire change. Now you had to have probably figured out that, he beat you off pit road that easily. So knowing that he had done a 2-tire change, did it concern you at all to try to get by him? Were you a little bit nervous trying to get by? Because it always kind of makes me a little nervous when I try to pass somebody that only took 2 tires, because they don't have the handling that you've got.
Yeah, you worry about it a little bit, but it's mostly because this track, when you exit the corner, it wants to throw you left so bad. So the 2 tires, I didn't know if it would do anything, and I was afraid to run them over on the exit, because you can't just be on someone's bumper on the exit, because you can't get the run on them. So I had to back off and get a run and hope he didn't just dart left on the exit. So there's that. And that's the difficulty of passing really anybody here.
Right. Well, everything worked out in your favor tonight. You bring home another win here for the league. So if you got anybody to thank, I'll let you have the floor right now.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys again for doing the broadcast. I thank everybody for the people that showed up, and we had a good, clean race to a certain degree. But yeah, it was a fun one at least.
Roger that. Yeah, once they got past a few cautions there at the beginning, it seemed to, a couple green flag runs that were really good. Kind of similar to what last night's race was. It had a couple cautions there, and then it just long green flag runs, and then the wound up the end of the race was caution filled. So, but anyhow, congratulations, Nicholas. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. All right, let's run down through the running results here, Brett. Nicholas Shelton coming home with the win, of course, leading 125 laps out of the 150, dominating it. Alex Peck finishing second, Chance Crum third, Bobby Cheney with a fourth place finish, Nicholas Caressel fifth, Christian Snyder sixth, Delonte Ballard seventh, Eric Sable finishing eighth, Luis Almaso ninth, and Justin Gable rounds out the top 10. Brett?
11th place goes to AA Ariati. David Shutt comes home 12th. Lachlan McMillan 13th. The unofficial member of Bullet Club, Christopher Matthews 14th. Josh Robin 15th. Connor Anton 16th. Nick Northrup 17th. Hard Luck Alan Elwood again 18th. Aiden Henry 19th. And Wee Wee Jonathan Shipman rounds out the field.
All right, very good. Well, again, congratulations to our winner, Nicholas Shelton, folks, and thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with another broadcast right here on MaxSpeedTV. Till then, stay safe and have a good night, folks. And happy Halloween, by the way.